Hey everybody, Barry here again. The final piece just arrived. Flashark Racing contacted me like in perfect timing and said, hey, do you want to do another review video? And I picked out a set of headers, and that's the last piece that I need to tie the engine to the mid-mount turbo. So before I start, there will be a discount code down in the description. That's like an affiliate code. I get a little bit of a commission, and I appreciate anybody who puts through an order. It goes a long way in helping build the truck. Before the install, I'd just like to do a quick unbox and have a look at these things. This is a long tube header kit that fits 99 to 06 Chev, GMC, and, well, I guess Cadillac swapped pickups. These do say two-wheel drive, but I checked out another couple of videos and they fit on people's trucks that had four-wheel drive. It may take a little modification. We'll find out. So let's open it up and take a look. You can get these in stainless or regular mild steel. I think these are stainless. I'm pretty sure I actually checked off mild steel, but stainless is even better. It's got a bung and a plug right here for an oxygen sensor. If you want to use your original oxygen sensors, it'll plug right in there. You don't need extensions. It looks like it goes right in the same location as factory. That's awesome. Nobody likes having to order extra parts. Looks like really nice mandrel bent. Flanges are about 3/8 of an inch thick. That's super thick. It's not going anywhere. And the collectors are slip fit at 3 inches in diameter. Onto the passenger side. I haven't opened any of this up, so this is all completely new to me. There we go. Passenger side looks sweet. Like, short tubes are nice and all, but man, you can't beat the look of a long tube, hey? That is beautiful. And I could have went with black, but I really do like the chrome. Here we have the Y pipe, because this is not just a set of headers, it's a full GMT 800 kit. And from what I can tell, this could hook up to your factory intermediate pipe, I guess you'd call it. Very nice. Looks like all TIG welded. I mean, yeah, the welds are not like Tybron quality, but there's a lot better than I could do with flux core. So here you can see it's got slip fits using band clamps. It comes with these regular U-clamps here, but I wouldn't use that. I'd use, like, say, the 1-inch wide band clamp. They work a lot better, and they don't distort the pipe. 3-inch out here, so this keeps 3-inch all throughout. You can see down here the transition is not perfect, but I mean, it's really not that bad. It doesn't seem like it's blocked off in any way. Just a little less clean inside, but I mean, as long as it doesn't leak, I'm never going to look at it again anyway. Here's the 90 that goes from the driver's side that crosses over under the transmission to the passenger side. And here's the piece that allows you to retain your factory intermediate pipe all the way back to your muffler if you choose. Or a lot of catback systems will use this flange too, and you can bolt it right to it. Here are the gaskets and bolts. Every set of headers that I've ever had come with these gaskets and these bolts. To be honest, I never use them. I actually have a stack of them up here on the wall because they've come with a couple sets and I never use them because I'm afraid they'll burn out. And the bolts are just not that pretty. So I use the Dorman 03413B. It's a box that comes with 12 bolts, and they're like nice metric grade 10.9 bolts, and they'll never fail you. And I just use Felpro gaskets. Again, here are the clamps. They'll work, but they'll distort the pipe, and it'll make it kind of hard to come apart. So I use lap clamps. And it comes with a bunch of wire, some butt connectors, and whatever that is. Velcro tape, maybe? I'm not exactly sure what that's for. I guess if you needed to like extend your oxygen sensors, you could use this, but I mean, yeah, it's free wire, why not? I went ahead and put the header kit together, and dude, it looks so nice. Look at that. It's so shiny. Now again, my truck being four-wheel drive, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I may have to bash a pipe. I might have to do some bending, but whatever. I will make it work. But as for right now, it looks like it's really nice. All these slip fits fit perfectly. Everything went in without me having to mess with it at all. It just slipped in really nice. And it's a tight fit, so I'm not worried that they're going to leak. I already have the exhaust manifolds removed, so let's go install them. The driver's side is going to suck the most, so let's do that one first. My first concern is always, can I install them without removing the steering shaft and the front drive shaft? I haven't tried this yet, so we're all going to do it together. Close. Very close. Oh, it's close. Come on. Ooh. I think I may be hitting a spark plug. Yep, definitely hitting a spark plug. To be clear, that's not the header's fault. I just should have taken them out. But it took me a minute. It took me a minute, but I got them in. Look at that. I didn't have to remove the steering shaft or anything, which is great. Seems like all the bolts are going to line up perfectly, except one small issue, which it's up to you to decide whether it's a small issue or not. It just barely touches the steering shaft. Now it's on a metal part, it's not on a rubber part, so I really don't care. I'm just going to give it a little bonk with the hammer, just to get, I don't know, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, something like that. Just a little bonk. Be honest with yourself. When's the last time you bought headers and didn't have to wrangle them? While I've got the truck down on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and put the passenger side in. This one theoretically should be a whole lot easier. All right, passenger side. I'm going to try it from the top. And it looks like it should work well enough when I can get it down here and probably get it jammed in place by the transmission. It's just kind of stuck on the floor. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, now this was the side that gave me all the issues with the last set of headers I tried, and I had to bash them all to bits to get it to fit. It looks like this one is going to be a little more forgiving. If I could only see the bolt holes. And they hit the frame. Why do I always have such terrible luck? Okay, so all in all, yes, it looks really good, but the tube, well, the first tube here and the second one I think are touching the frame. The first one definitely is. So if I can get it to kind of come off of that a little bit, it's not actually too bad. If I can figure out where it's touching, I should be able to clearance it. I don't know if it's because this is a 4-wheel drive. That's what I'm banking on, because the 2-wheel drive uses coil springs and has a different front frame section, and I'm gonna say the clearance is a lot different, but we will make it work. After looking at this again, this second tube right here is not actually touching. It's close, but it's not actually touching. So it's just gonna be that first tube. So I'm gonna get the truck up on the lift now and see if I can see up through where it's touching. Actually, you know what? Looking at it from the bottom, it doesn't touch anywhere. It is close, yes, it's absolutely very close, but I can see light everywhere. It's not touching. That's awesome. Very cool. Not cool. Not cool at all. Look at this. Yeah, now I don't have the bolts tight, but I can tell that the drive shaft is super close. So I got two options. I can get bashy with the hammer and make it fit, or I can put manifolds on it. Obviously, I'm going to make it fit. I should leave a disclaimer here saying, obviously, that's a 4-wheel drive issue. 2-wheel drives, no drive shaft. So I take full responsibility for this not fitting perfectly because Flashark says expressly on this listing, 2-wheel drive. But I don't listen very well. Dude, I did not expect this. It looked so much worse, but the bolts weren't tight up top, so I tightened them up, and look at this. Look, it like barely touches. Look at the bolt right here. Look at that. Just skins it. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna... The weight has like a 3/16 gap between the header pipe and the drive shaft weight. Like, this is minimal modification. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see how the Y pipe fits. Now that I'm here and I know that the headers aren't being kind of pushed away from anything, I really want to see how that Y pipe fits before I go bashing the headers up. Now this, of course, comes apart in 2 pieces, and let's see if I should have put this together before I bolted the headers up. Oh no, it's not bad actually. There we go. So that one fits there. Okay. Now, I lied. 3 pieces actually. So I'm going to take that flange off. And the other side comes like this. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to take the transmission crossmember out of it. That's what it looks like I'm going to have to do. I don't have enough room. It's going to be super tight. Like, I may have to kind of bash up the pipe back by this transmission crossmember. I may not. I may not have to, but I might. But it's definitely not going to fit like that. Let me go pull this transmission crossmember down. All right, I've got the transmission crossmember dropped a bunch. And a bunch more. Oh, it'll be close. Okay. All right, so looks like it's going to be close. But how close? Is this all going to have to go on at the same time? Figuring out how to slip all this together is going to be the bit of a torturous part. I'm not nipping my fingers. I really like not nipping my fingers. Okay, so it's very close. So it's going to dodge it there, but not right here. Please don't get angry with me. Nah, it's gonna hit that cross member pretty good. It's gonna really hit it here. So, I think I'm gonna trim that collector back a bit. So we can see that right here I've got about 1.25 inches before I hit the oxygen sensor. And right there is even more, about 1.5 inches or more. So if I slice that, that'll bring this whole cross member forward. It's still like it's touching the transmission pan and stuff. So it's gonna have to come down, but I think because it's hitting the cross member right there, that's pushing it up. But if I need to, I'll just go ahead and modify all this anyway and just chop it up because I'm fine with that. I don't mind that at all. It'd be cool if I didn't have to, but I mean, I will. So I just bashed it on a little further and you can see right there that we're a lot closer. And it actually is coming off of the cross member there a bit. It's still not perfect, but it is getting closer. I think with a little bit of modification, I'll make this work. And with this able to come down, it's going to come off that transmission pan, and that'll help it quite a lot too. I just had an epiphany. I was like, man, why is that tipping down so much that it's hitting the crossmember? Like, what is going on? And then I realized that I removed the transmission crossmember and everything dropped. Sometimes you just got to change your perspective a little bit. So I jacked up the transmission, put the crossmember right up where it needs to be, and look, I've got room everywhere. Yeah, can you imagine if I just started chopping that up without really looking at this first? And what it looks like is everything is going to have room. I may have to clearance that a little bit. Well, it looks like I'm definitely going to have to, but everything is not quite exactly where it needs to be yet either. So very minor adjustments here. That's what I like to see. So with a couple of minor modifications, this is going to fit perfectly. I can fit my fingers up there. That's good. Flange fits on there fine. Around here, I have clearance. That's good. Everything here is clearance. The only issue that I can see is right here. Look at that. It doesn't slip the whole way in there. And with like a butt clamp with 2 bolts or a lap clamp, that would work perfectly fine. I think I may actually have one, so I might even go on and use that. Clears the drive shaft there-ish, so I may give that a little bop with the hammer. Of course, the exhaust won't be hooked up to the turbo because, well, only half of it is there, and I don't have any oil lines or anything hooked up yet. But, hey, we want to hear this thing. I got the header removed, but not until I broke a spark plug, so that's not great. Anyway, so here is 2 pieces of tape, and between those is where I need to kind of smack this in. And then under here, I put a piece of tape as much as I could on there, and then spun the drive shaft so that it would kind of scar up where it hits, and I'll have to give it a few smacks there. Smashing up a brand new set of headers is not for the faint of heart, but don't be afraid. Just hit it in the right place. What I usually like to do is grab an extension or something like that. This one is really beat up, so I don't care about it. And I know the angle is going to be somewhere around here. I actually put the tape on as close to the angle of the steering shaft as I could. So I'm just going to lay the extension over it like this. Get it sort of centered up. Now it's not going to take a lot of whacking, but I don't want to have to do this twice. There we go. That should pretty much do it. Maybe an extra one for good luck. So that's a nice factory looking kink. Now for the bottom side. Now for the bottom side, we're going to have to get creative. What I like to use is this guy right here. Look at that. That is the unit. Put your earmuffs on. Header is bolted back in place, and look at that. Oh, absolutely perfect. Yes, it's almost impossible to see, but I have like a 1/4 inch gap the whole way around the steering shaft. Perfect. And if we look down here, oh, I think that's gonna look decent. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, man, look at that. Beautiful. I even dented it up a little more than I needed to, but that's perfect. That gives me lots and lots of room. Beautiful. Okay, top side is done. I just finished up bolting the headers to the cylinder heads. Gaskets are in. Spark plug wires are on. What is this? I didn't have one single issue bolting in spark plugs. The socket fit perfectly. Wires all fit perfectly. I do have a couple straight wires in here, which they'll work fine, but I think I may change them to the 90s like I have back there, because they seem to have better clearance and, you know, less chance of touching the tubes. But this is the first time in my existence, and probably yours, where I'm not worried about burning spark plug wires with long tube headers. Isn't that something? Everything underneath is all bolted together. Let's fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. I cannot wait to get everything all connected to the turbo. Of course, that'll be in the next video. This is a header video today. I'm gonna put these on, I think. All right, let's see what happens. God, is that obnoxious? Oh, I love that feeling when you just fire it up and it's all straight pipe. Man, what a sound. All right, before I finish up, let's go over some positives and negatives, because this is a review. This is not an advertisement. This is me telling you what I think. Obviously, dense. Right off the bat, dense. The Y pipe, not perfect. I will make it work, but it's close. It will be much better suited to like a 2500, probably a two-wheel drive, because there's a lot more room, a lot more space. But if you have a 1500 four-wheel drive, it absolutely will work. You're gonna have to get creative, but it will work. Don't be deterred. If you got a hammer, and even a torch will go a lot further and be a lot better, but it will work. If you've got a welder, you're unstoppable. Of course, the main factor here is cost versus quality. This is stainless, nice thick flanges, 3-inch collectors, lots of room for adjustment. Like the collectors are super long. I might even shorten them up a little bit to make some more room, like I mentioned earlier. Gaskets and the bolts, I wouldn't even use them. I'd just throw them away, get a good set of gaskets, or reuse your MLS gaskets, because they never fail. And as for the fit and finish, the headers look really, really nice. So I've got a total of an hour and a half into this now, and they're installed, and I just fired it up. Plug wires, spark plugs, dipstick tube, everything fit absolutely perfectly. I am going to have to clearance that one header tube next to my steering shaft a little bit more, because I just rotated my steering wheel around and it does touch a little bit, because for some reason my steering shaft wobbles. Might be bent, I might need a new one, but either way I'll deal with that after. But I just want to let you know that Flashark Racing was absolutely kind enough to send me this to review and to keep on my truck, and I'm more than happy that they did. It's working awesome. They've got a website with a full range of products for many, many different vehicles, so go check them out. Discount code down in the description, and thanks very much for checking it out. So I'm all done for today. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. YouTube members link is down here, and thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.